Alright, so I got another competitive breakdown video for you guys. Probably the most requested one. It's me on Drogoz. I didn't go back and record the replay. So it looks, it looks like a normal game because I recorded this as I was playing it. And no need to record another one, right? So right now the screen is paused. It's not you. I just paused it to give myself some time to talk here. But yeah, of course, this is me playing Drogoz. Diamond 2 in this, and Diamond 2 in real time. So yeah. Also, if you guys want to send me your replays, all the info on what I need to know and what you need to do is down in the description below. Also, if you want to know what's going on with the replay some of you guys have already sent me, look in the description below as well. But yeah, so Drogoz, again, the most requested one. I picked this one because it's a good example of how to deal with a direct counter to you. Drogoz has a few that just kind of hard counter him, Andro being one of them, just because he's very difficult. He can be very difficult for Drogoz to hit, and it's much easier for Andro to hit Drogoz than it is for Drogoz to hit Andro. Andro can go up in the air, make it hard to land those rockets, and he could just tap at Drogoz and make his life very, very painful. So, Cassie's also a good one. She's not hit scan, but she still has the burst, and she's basically hit scan. And if she lands her arrows, she can be constantly moving around, making it very hard for Drogoz to hit her as well. She is on the ground, so she is a little bit more vulnerable than Andro is, but it's still a really, really good counter if, again, you can land those arrows. Also, Leanne is a really good counter as well. Leanne is a lot easier for Drogoz to hit, but she can burst him down so ridiculously fast if he is in if he's out of position. So those I'd say are the biggest three. There are characters that dual Drogoz, Victor, but that's not a counter. That fight goes either way. Victor doesn't have a real advantage against Drogoz. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with this. We will now play the replay. So I am going caught here because Barrick doesn't have Fortify. He has, I think, Tinkerin. So there's no real reason to get Wrecker, and R doesn't have a barrier. Might as well just get caught and deal with the gems a bit more. Now right here, I know Andrew's going to come for me. I do this a little bit too late. I salvo too late. There was some lag there, but it didn't matter. It would have killed me anyway. I salvo too late there while he's in the air, and none of them really hit. I should have salvoed a lot earlier. I should have been more aware from him. I shouldn't have even reloaded. I had 5 rockets. I should have just salvoed him to get him off his horse and get some prior damage off so he doesn't just run straight towards me. Now here, I don't know what the heck he's doing. He's getting way too confident, and he gets sprayed for it. Don't dive into somebody's spawn. I know Andro, pretty much his only purpose here is to delete me. But if he's just doing reckless stuff like that, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. He played that very poorly. He ran straight into a fire spit, and then he nether stepped up towards the wall. So even if I do miss a rocket, it'll hit the wall and will still deal damage to him. So he played that very, very poorly. Right here, I'm zoning with Eevee. Unfortunately, I had no idea Andro was back there. So when I fly up, it's oh, I'm dead. Basically, if Andro catches you and you already have damage on you, you're basically screwed. There's nothing you could do. I did pick Worm Jets for this gameplay, which plays pretty differently from Combustible. You can be more aggressive. I picked it mainly because it allows me to get around and into cover faster, so I could avoid Andro more. That's pretty much it. It does make me a little bit harder to hit, but not that much. I mean, if the player's good, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference. So the main reason is just to be very mobile and move in and out of cover. Look what I'm doing right here. I'm using the cover. I'm bailing in and out, so he can't really advance towards me, not safely. And right now my team is coming, so the right of me is completely safe. So I'm free to just spam down on the tanks. But I see the tanks are alone, so I'm okay, let me ult. I get behind cover. Always get behind cover with a Drogoz ult. But you see that right there? I'm gonna talk about that. So yeah, never ult in the open, ever. Unless, it's only a tank in front of you and you can get up ult before they can kill you. Sometimes I ult in their face, just to be funny. But for the most part, always ult behind cover, which I did there. But when you stick next to a slanted building for too long, it'll knock you down. It's pretty annoying, but I'm pretty sure it's like an intended feature. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. I should have been mindful about that. And when I started taking damage because I got knocked out of cover, I should have just ulted towards spawn, lived, and kept like 30% instead of just going out and dying. It would have been a lot better. So yeah, that's my mistake there. So I played half of that right, half of that wrong. I just didn't adapt very well. Thankfully, Makoa, he hooks Andro there. If you're like a counter to somebody else's counter, go for him for sure. Like if like a Makoa that like hooks Andro the whole game means I have free reign and I can basically do whatever. Like see right here, I back up so I'm at an angle where no one could hit me, so I'm able to freely get ult off and hit a Naro. Also, I know BK's up here, I could hear him, so get a quick fire spit, take him out like that, and then I go off to start spamming into places where I think people are going to come from. It's a good thing to practice. Also, one thing about my fire spit, I don't have lung capacity on this build. If you can get used to lung capacity 1, run it. Don't run anything higher than that though. Lung capacity 1 allows you to get your fire spit to the enemy a lot faster, so they have less of a chance of avoiding it. Me, I don't know. I haven't put in the time to get used to it, and I really should. Oh, right there, where I flew above Andro. One thing about like Drogoz, and I guess about like any character, like if you're directly above somebody and in the air, it's very hard for them to hit you. It's a very weird angle. Like if somebody has to look literally straight up to shoot you, it's going to be very weird and awkward for them to aim at you. When their camera's slanted, it's a lot easier. But like right there, me flying directly above that Andro made it pretty difficult for him to aim at me. So he had to force himself to back up, and then my team was there to take him out. And yeah, so that bought me a few seconds for my team to help me out there. So yeah, also I think we definitely have draft advantage here because they have two like defensive tanks. I don't know why. I'm pretty positive I remember them picking Anara into Drogoz. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pick Anara into Drogoz. He just like free spams you. Same with Torb. It's like you're just gonna get like the Drogoz is gonna farm ult off of you, and then he's gonna like punch you when you like come back from the ult farming. Alright, so this time I know Andro is going to come up on the right side. So this time I do the right thing. I salvo earlier. He basically has to run. And I know where he's going, so I get off some damage on him. I missed that rocket, unfortunately. I do see the immune. I know he has reversal. Right here, I should fire spit and fire in. I try to be like, you know, try to be smart and go around, but that only gives him time for his nether step to come back up and get out. I should have fire spitted immediately. Now I'm kind of stuck. I really don't have anywhere to go. He has more health than I do, and yeah, I'm basically dead. So I should have just fire spitted into the room immediately while his nether step was on cooldown. So that was my bad. I have to make sure I don't die like a ton because I am the team's like sole damage because we do have a flank instead of a second damage. Thankfully their team, you know, has the same thing going. They only have BK for a sole damage, and normally BK players aren't all that great, and BK is really buggy, so very inconsistent play there. I think Willow was banned, and that's why he didn't get Willow. There, you're going to see me do that a lot. I like to preemptively like fire spit when somebody's chasing me like that. It makes it a lot easier for me to kill them. Unfortunately, I was getting attacked by 3 different people there, so there's no winning that. But I think this point may be lost, if I remember. No, actually, a lot of my team is there. We still have a lot of time. If I could just get some kills here, everything's fine. I get Bomb King really weak, and I'm pretty sure I get the kill on him. Yep. So, yeah, and then my team takes care of the Anara, so that's great. Now we have point control again. I want to be like sort of zoning here. I don't want to go like too far in. I want to make sure I'm like aware of the Andro this time. I try to get Genos. I hit the pillar, but thankfully Maldamba is there to get like the little tap. Alright, so now I hear Barrack ult. I get behind cover. I pop my ult, and I just go and I kill the Barrack. He was like half health, so I could have probably saved the punch or like punch to somebody else, but he did have his ult on the point, and I wanted the ult off of the point as quickly as possible. That way my teammates could get back on it without taking any damage. So it's okay. I get, you know, Drogoz's get ult back pretty quickly anyway. Alright, so right here I'm just like trying to focus in on like, you know, pressuring these people who are alone. I hear Andro though. Now like right here, I see Eevee fighting the Andro, so there's no real need for me to fight the Andro. Eevee's gonna have a much easier time hitting him than I am, just because her projectile's faster. So I sort of just like bail out, but I'm still like paranoid of him. I shouldn't even be doing this. Again, I should be up front, just ignoring the Andro. Like if you can like ignore your counter and let other people deal with it, by all means, like do it. Ignore your counter. Like stay away from your counter. You don't always have to like fight like your counter. You could just stay away and bully some other people, which is what I should have been doing there. We probably would have pushed the point up a little bit more if I was pressuring the point and just letting them like deal with the Andro. Now here, Nara, I don't know what Nara's doing up here, but that's good for me because I just get to like farm alt offer. I turn my attention to BK, get a fire spit off him just in case my teammates are able to kill him. They are not. I get a salvo off. I'm able to kill BK, and then Fernando is able to finish off the Andro. So, you know, pretty cool salvo there. Now I'm just like sticking by point, like moving around, trying to get some vantage points here. Also, again, I want to be on the lookout for Andro. Now right here, I shouldn't have worried about the fire spit. Anara was hooked. I should have just started hammering her while she was hooked. Also, okay, Andro is coming for me. Now, here, I'm popping salvo just in case, you know, Andro wants to come for me. I could just unload on him and force him to retreat. But instead, I use it on BK because I see him, and then I forget about the Andro. I run straight into him, and there's pretty much nothing I could do but weaken him here and hope my teammates kill him because there's no way I'm gonna live. I'm definitely dead. Walking into Andro's face like that is a death sentence for Drogoz. I do have COT 3 now, and so I'm getting morale boost just so I can, you know, get the punches off. Anara, again, is a very, very easy punt target. She's basically always going to get punched. There's not really anything she can do about it. Now, Makoa is saying group up. I get the kill on Andro just to get, like, you know, the extra 60 credits, and now I'm bailing out. Now, Damba here is slowly backing up, trying to snipe people with his snake spit when he should be looking away and running away. Because now, we're not going to have a healer for the final push, so we're most definitely going to lose it. So I'm definitely not going to be using my ult here. I'm just going to like be getting damage off on people. We can see how this goes. I see Barrick is weak. I go for him. Unfortunately, Makoa dies and Fernando is on the point. I probably could have killed Barrick, then killed Anara, and then flown up and avoided the Andro to the best of my ability, and maybe Fernando could have like dealt with him or something like that. Like if everything went perfectly there, it probably could have been winnable, but it's okay. It's okay. We have ults for the point. I can't see the enemy's ults. Oh, right. That's the problem with not recording a replay, right? Because I can't see the enemy's ults. Oh well. We have all our ults. Here I'm telling my team that Andro pretty much always goes right, so look out for him because I'm not going to go right. I'm going to avoid him this time, and I'm going to go punch a tank. So we could have tank advantage. Like, if I punt. Imagine punting somebody. If I punt Anara, then Barrick is just going to get completely bullied by Makoa and Fernando. So here I go. For some reason, Anara is flanking. Don't flank as Anara. Don't do that. Look how slow she is. She screwed herself. And right now, I don't know what Andrew's doing. He's like flying around. I'm like prepping for him. I want him dead. My team is pretty much like, they almost killed him. I kind of want to kill him. But no, Evie gets him. And I try to go for the BK. Now here's the other mistake. Like right here, I see Anara, right? The second I saw Anara, I should have left. I don't want to 2v1 things. Because now, you know, Anara's pressuring me, BK's like doing a ton of damage to me, and I'm panicking because I'm fighting 2 people and I'm missing rockets. I just needed to leave. No reason to 2v1. Like, always try to fight on your terms. Like, always try to give yourself the advantage in a fight. Right now the healer's down, so it's a good opportunity for me to like come in, you know, get a kill without anybody getting in the way of that. I mean, I do have COT 3 anyway. But right here, oh my god, I was going to make a play here, but so basically my plan there was to get the thrust reset off of Anara, because I do have the card that makes my reset, or makes my thrust fully reset when I get in a killing blow. I was like, okay, I'm going to get the killing blow off Anara, I'm going to fly up, I'm going to go to the building on the right, and then start like hammering BK from like a safe spot. Unfortunately though, I only deal 300 damage with that rocket. Now this Andro is pretty good at never stepping over my salvos, but I'm also pretty good at, you know, preemptively fire spitting him. I do spray him a couple times just because, you know, if your sole purpose is to like delete me from the match and you're dying when you have the advantage, I am going to spray you. Here I'm sort of just trying to like get Genos, but I don't want to just run blindly into him, so I fly up, fire a salvo in there. It doesn't hit anybody. I see Andro running, I'm not worried about him. Me and Makoa can definitely take out this Genos. It's a much more important pick than the Andro, because again, the Andro's like only use is killing me. Because he's not going to kill Maldamba, because my tanks would just mess him up if he tries to get by Maldamba. And he's not going to kill Eevee, because Eevee can fly away. And Ice Block and stuff, so. His pretty much only purpose is to deal with me. They really should have drafted like Leanne or like Cassie or something instead of the Andro. They might have like, well, they would have had a much greater chance of winning if they did that, because, you know, Andro's only doing one thing, while Cassie and Leanne could do multiple. I do punch Inara because she's out in the open. Here, I'm afraid that BK, like I was really scared that BK was going to detonate it in the air, but he just went past me and went for the healers and the tanks, and he got the healer, so that was a lot better. Here I'm sort of just like diving away from Andro. Again, if you can just avoid your counter, do it. Normally, like, I've been challenging him, and he expects me to do that again, so I just leave, and he's probably out there looking for me still. Right there, I probably could have killed Janos, but I see BK, and it's like, okay, I'm not 2v1ing again. Let's play this safe. Let's get off a salvo just to get some ult. And here I see Andro, so I'm going to try and like help deal with him. I land some damage on him, but then I see BK. It's like, okay, I'll back up. My plan here is to hope that BK puts himself in a position where I can kill him. Like right here, he tries to like dive in, and then he gets distracted by Fernando or like Makoa, whatever tank that is. And I just come up from behind him and I take him out. And now they have no damage for defending this point, but I have no idea where that Andro was. But now my team doesn't have any damage for taking this point, so pretty sure we're not going to get it. My priority here is just to get back and get my ult. That's pretty much my priority. Lag is going to make that a little difficult, though. But yeah, I need like 18%. I'm pretty positive I can get that, especially since both their tanks are up. So I see BK here get the kill, and then I just start hammering Inara. And I get ult, and I know I'm going to die, but that's okay. The important thing was getting ult, and we basically have all our ults. Makoa is at 90, so he's pretty close. Just like maybe like hook somebody and kill them and I'll have it, you know? Alright. So I got Morale Boost 3. I don't think I'm going to get 2 ults this game, but you know, still whatever. Some people get Chronos on Drogoz. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your ult is so good. Your ult, you know, Drogoz ult will often like end in a trade, but you can get a lot of value out of that trade. So, oh, here's the lag again. Look at the floating Makoa. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So basically, you know, my priority here would be to ult like Inara early. So again, they can just, my 2 tanks can just mess up Barrack, because squishy little Barrack is not going to be dealing with Fernando plus Makoa. They'll just walk through his barrier and deal with him. So I'm going this way, hoping Andrew doesn't go this way. I go up here, try to get some like vantage, I guess, try to look around. But then Andrew comes up from behind me. I wasn't really expecting that. I do this pretty cool juke where I drop down and I fly back up and then I fire spit salvo so he can't chase me. But there's a BK behind us and he just poppy bombs over to me and kills me. It was very, very unlucky. So right now, you know, we're at a disadvantage. Eevee and me are both dead. Fernando is... he ulted and he got back up, so he's not low. Our tank still has some staying power. I just need to get back as quickly as possible and ult somebody. And that BK will probably get a kill. I'm ulting from up here because it's safe, of course. If Janos used his ult, so I have nothing to worry about. I hit Inara, I get out of there, pop the salvo, you know, force some people back. Barrack is ulting, but he's not ulting on point. My tanks can still safely stay on point. Here comes Andro, just diving at me. I'm just sort of hiding. I don't want anything to do with him. I come up when he's already weakened, and it's pretty much like, well, not an easy kill. Eevee comes in and helps. Thank you, Eevee. And now we're looking good. I mean, there's only Inara, and she's, again, you know, too slow, so she's not going to get on point. So, yeah. Hopefully that gave some insight on how to, like, deal with a counter like that, at least Andro. I mean, it's a lot easier to get away from stuff like Cassier or Leanne, but, again, they are, like, better at, like, killing you and, like, doing more. They are definitely more threatening to you and your team overall than Andro is. So, at least in this meta. At least in this meta. I remember when Andro used to do a ton. Now with all these 2 tanks, he can't do anything. He can't do anything. But yeah. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more about Drogoz than I can fit into like this video or talk about in this video. I'm probably going to do a combustible Drogoz competitive breakdown at some point eventually. But yeah. That'll be a little bit ways away. Gonna do some other characters first. But yeah, there's the Drogoz gameplay you guys wanted. And there's my loadout. Again, if you could run lung capacity instead of like survival there, you're going to be in good shape. So get used to that if you can't. I really got to work on that. Really do. But yeah, okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.